Hi, I am Sapa Sharan, and in this video I am going to show the microservice architecture I followed for building my Node.js application named Event Registration System. It helps in event registration and it contains different microservices. The microservices I used are event, mailer, ticket booking, ticket gen, and user details. The event microservice manages the addition and removal of event from the database I used. I used MongoDB for this, and it also helps in giving the list of the events that are at present. The mailer microservice sends the mails for persons who are registered, and it contains ticket details and the QR code for the mail they received. And also the ticket booking microservice is the main microservice which acts as a main microservice because it sends requests for all other microservices and displays it to the user. So basically the user is viewing the ticket booking microservice, which is the main microservice in our application. The ticket gen microservice is used in ticket generation and is also helps in storing the tickets in the database, so that the user when goes to the event, he can show the QR code or the ticket ID, which helps in the event manager to check whether the user already registered or not. The user details microservice manages the logging in and registering of user details, and it also stores the user credentials like username and password in the MongoDB database I used in the backend. Now let's look at how to deploy this application in Kubernetes. So we need containerization for all these applications. For making containers, first I push this code into the GitHub repository named Event Registration System. Now let's make container images by getting the code from GitHub. In the Google Cloud Console, I am going to make a new directory named application, and I am going to put all my code in this. Like, I'll clone the repository so that every code will be visible here. This is the GitHub repository I sent the code to. This is my repository. Git clone. I need to enter my username. Yeah, the code is here right now. Now let's look at what's there in the code. This is the code I cloned from GitHub. It contains different folders. Each folder determines each microservice. As I said, event, mailer, ticket booking, ticket gen, user details are the microservices I used for building this event registration system application. So what do we need to do is, we need to build container image for each and every application. Like, we need to make 5 container images since there are 5 microservices in our application. Now let's look at how to build a Docker container image. First, I am building a Docker container image for event microservice. Here, Docker build -t, that is the tag. Event name is given as tag here. And the version, I gave it a 6.0, you can give it anything. Now we need to tag it so that we can push into the Google Cloud registry. This is our project ID, I think. Yes, now it is pushed into the Google Cloud repository for container images. It is specific for each person. Now what I'm going to do is doing the same thing for other 4 microservices. Yes, after completing is after completing the same task for all other microservices. When I went into container registry by searching here, I got this page. See, here we have 5 different Docker images for each and every microservice. Now we need to go to Kubernetes engine and go to clusters, and we need to make a new cluster for building and deploying our application. Deploy container. Here we need to select the container images. Once we click here, it will show the container images present in our container registry. We need to select the latest one for all 5 microservices. We have to check whether all the microservices are included, or did we miss anything? No, we didn't miss anything. Now click continue, and in the configuration, event registration application, and here we need to select the zone. I am leaving it as it is default. Click deploy. Now it takes some time for creating the application. Let's wait for some time. Yes, now it's ready. We need to expose the port so that it will be visible to outside world. My main application known as ticket booking is running on port 3000, so I am exposing my port 3000 and mapping it to port 80 so that it can be viewed by HTTP. Expose. It will take some time to assign a load balancer with external AP. So I guess we need to wait for some time. I'm pausing. Yes, now it's ready. Here is the external AP for our application. We can view it here. We need to press this. Yeah, this is our application. First we need to register. So username, password. Yeah, now it's registered, and now we can log in. We need to enter our email ID. It's required, else you can't submit. These are the available events, and here I wrote something that if we are not able to find a specific event here, that means the tickets are sold out. What I did is, in the MongoDB application, in the MongoDB database, for each and every application there is something called ticket count, and for each user registering for an event, the ticket count decreases, and once the ticket count reaches 0, you can't see it in the event registration for users. So now let's click UNICEF conference. So this is our ticket ID, and the QR code is here. We'll also get a mail regarding this. It's written here. This is the mail I got. Here ticket ID is shown as generated here. See, this is same as the ticket ID I got in the mail. We need to enter correct email ID so that we can get the mail, and this is also QR code. If the QR code is not visible due to some reason, we can click here to get the QR code from another website so that it's fault tolerant. It's loading. Yeah, this is the QR code. If we can't see this QR code due to some reason, we can look at it by clicking here. Yeah, coming to ticket details, this is the page after registering for the event, and there is a button called return to main page, and we're back. Now there are some other things in our application which can be visible to admin. Like we can add an event here, admin add event. This is the username and password of admin. Let's say there is a new event called Google I/O 2020, and let the ticket count be 600, and when we press submit, the event gets added to the MongoDB database in the event section. Yes, we can also view the ticket details for each and every event, like who all the people registered for the event can be visible to only admin. The admin username and password are needed for this. We registered for the UNICEF conference. So if you see in the UNICEF conference event, there are two entries, which is the old one. The above one is the old one which I did for testing, and the below one is the latest one we did. See here, the unique ID is generated for the database, and since it is MongoDB, it generates its document ID, and in the event the name is UNICEF conference, we selected it, and email ID is given. Ticket is automatically generated. Now let's look at how to delete an event. This is also can be done only by admin, since the username and password of admin is required for doing these things. We added a new event named Google I/O 2020. So let's delete it and see what happens. Yeah, it's deleted now. There is also a button called About, which displays the information about the application. This is the app name is Event Management, like it does event registration system, the app version and other. That's it. Thank you very much. By the way, the GitHub link for this code can be found in the description. Thank you.